I left the water running.
Devil may cry.
Yeah, cry, devils. Hello. I am streaming from my living room again. Ace, how are you? I'm melting. I know that's the stream title, but I do have to reiterate. I'm melting. I spent like half an hour cooling down my room, and then I'm like, this isn't enough. It's one of those big bad hot days. Oh, how's your back? Is it feeling any better? Oh, okay, that's good. You know, sometimes I go into like the pharmacy, and it's like, oh yeah, you can buy like a heat thing, and I'm like, why do I have to buy that shit? Why can't I just ask? I love paying to deal with my pain. Oh, so, I'm sorry if I'm just, I was just suddenly, my brain just brought it up to me. Yes, me too. Like, I think Canada's healthcare system gets a lot of credit simply for being next to the US. But, like, I think it could be a lot better, and not just like in terms of service, just in terms of coverage. Also, I just think a lot of doctors suck. Like, a lot. Nope. Nope, no. I just wanted to go back. You know what I found out today? So I talked to my mother a bit. Turns out that my dad didn't even, like, tell her that he wasn't going to be paying anymore. So what happened was she messaged him. She was like, "Hey, the pharmacy said your credit card didn't go through." And then he was just like, "Oh yeah, I deactivated that one, haha." He literally said haha. And then she was like, "Okay, well, could you update it for me so that I can keep paying for your son's medication, for our son's medication or whatever?" And then he messaged me and didn't follow up with her at all. 3 or 4 days ago. And was like, "Hey, I'm not going to be paying for your medication anymore." Because my mother would have probably given him shit. And he said it to me instead, like a brave... and he talks about it, he phrases it like taking responsibility and growing up. I'm like, bitch, you couldn't even tell your ex. Like, you couldn't even, like, say, hey, like, it wasn't like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I can't afford it," or like, "I can't afford it this month." It's just like, "Hey, pay for it yourself, son. Figure it out. Bitch, you figure it out. You are the one who had children. You..." Pardon me, sir, but of the 3 people involved in this situation, one of us is the most at fault, I would say. One chose for the child to happen in the first, 2 children to happen in the first place, and then bounced twice, and then can't even take responsibility. And you know how much that medication costs? $15 a month. My mother asked him to pay for it because she thought it was going to be like $40 a month. And then it wasn't. But so she can't actually afford it. But at first she asked him. And he's like, "Oh man, I can't keep paying $15 a month. That's either too much for him, in which case, I thought nobody had any excuse not to be a millionaire. And if not the case, then, like, you're just trying to prove a point, I guess, by not paying for your child to have medicine. I don't know. It's like, "Oh, he's got to grow up." It's like, well, here's the thing, dear father. Have you ever considered that perhaps my not growing up enough could be due to certain factors, like my life, which you had a hand in, I'd say. Now, I don't think... now, I don't know if he has talked... He didn't tell my mother about that. So I don't know if he knows I blocked him or not. But I wonder what he's going to do if he finds out. He's probably going to send me a message at some point. Because it's his birthday next month. He's probably going to expect me to send him a message or something. That will not be happening. Oh yeah, I told my mother I blocked him and she said it's no big deal. And then she like grumbled about it and was like, can't even be bothered to pay $15 a month for his own kid. And also, like, he keeps trying to tell me about, like, how I need to earn money and all that. And I'm like, you went on this path to earn more money, like, 14 or 15 years ago. Like, he went to college, then he moved and went to university. Oh, she loves the fridge. It's her favorite, from what I can hear. Cats like doors so much, and I don't, like, I know, I can see why, the way their memory works, how it's, like, constantly exciting for them, but I don't know how to tell them. Like, the stuff behind them doesn't change all that much. Well, I guess there are smells. You ever get jealous of the way, like, dogs and cats can just smell stuff and just be, like, overwhelmed with excitement? Like, what kind of information can you glean from that? And then you're like, well, I guess they also can't see colors as well as... Well, I don't know if cats can see colors as well as humans, but I know dogs can't. Dogs just can't see blue. I'm sorry, Chloe. You'll never know what blue looks like. But, like, on the other hand, her sense of smell is, like, 1,000 times better than mine. And she can taste water. I can't taste water. Also, like, yeah, so he went on his journey to earn more money, like, 15 years ago. He went to college, then he went to university, and in a big city in Ottawa, and then he stays there, and he gets a government job, which he talked about when we were kids, like, that's where the real money is, or whatever, or the real benefits and all that. And all he does is, like, complain about how much money he doesn't have. And then he keeps trying to give us advice about how much money we could be making. And I'm like, dude, like, you did everything you said you wanted to do, and you're still not happy. And you're still trying to tell us what to do. Like, my brother just is just like, I'm not interested in all of your shit, dude. Like, it's not what I want. I'm happy. I just don't know why the heck, I don't know what his logic was behind the whole, like, you know what, son? I'm gonna make a bold move here and stop supporting you with medication. Like, it's not like he's paying for me to smoke weed. I'm not asking him to buy me drugs that, like, I'm getting escitalopram. And, like, I don't know why he's just like, you need to grow up and figure out how to do things for yourself. Dude, I know what your life was in your fucking 20s. You had to drop out of college because you got a girl pregnant. Then you moved in with your sister. And then you lived in a garage apartment. And you worked as a telemarketer. And you're acting all high and mighty. Like I need to rely on myself more. And then you broke up with that girl, and then, no, I'm sorry, you didn't break up with that girl. That girl, converted, and then and then you tried to marry her and she rejected you. And then, let's see, then you moved out. He did get truly, yeah. And then you, let's see, then you went and worked at a tech company in Toronto. Then you were a telemarketer again. Then you went to college. Then you went to university. And now you have a government job. And you complain about it. And you complain about how much your apartment costs. And you live in a 2-bedroom apartment without napkins or milk or hand soap in the bathroom. And there was one more thing. Barely any blankets. But you have so many Blu-rays. So it would 100% be on there. But like, I've been to my friends' apartments and my brother's apartments. Like, they are they are either this, like, my friends' apartments are roughly the same but a little messier, and like they cook less, and my brother's apartment is probably in better shape. Also, all my dad's talk of, like, I avoided the thing that which ages most horribly, marriage, is like a go-to of his. And I'm like, you did try to, now I know he did try to get married. He got turned down. I'm sorry for the constant rants about my dad. However, my excuse is that he's my dad, and he does in fact live in my head permanently. Yeah. 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 I didn't want to go out with you anyway. Yeah. So, in news of mixed quality, like, nothing actually bad, but my mother went to a family reunion today, and there was like a big cake, and like 70% of it was left, and she brought it home, and now I'm home alone with like a lot of cake. This is not a bad thing. I've had like 6 pieces. It's like, they're like little square pieces, but like, I'm like, oh, that looks good, and my mother said like, oh, it's good cake, and I opened it, I'm like, oh, that looks good, it's from like a real bakery, and then I had some, I'm like, oh, it is really good, and then it was like, I shouldn't have any more, so I had 2 more pieces, and then I was like, okay, I'm done, and then a few hours later I was like, there's still cake. Oh man, God, seeing all that, like, I told my friend, he's been working all week, and I was like, alright, so did you hear about, like, alright, have you heard about this shit that's happened this week? He's like, oh, the everything that's happened? And so, yeah, he heard about Shinzo Abe because, of course, weeb circles. He was quite unhappy with the passing of Mr. Takahashi Sensei. And yeah, like, yeah, I need to see that movie. But then there was the British part, the British Prime Minister thing, though. I couldn't even remember all the fucking, like, scandals, because, like, the one that stuck out, it's like, oh yeah, it's like, why there was a party at your house, well, after the prince died. What was that about? And the queen sat alone. I was asleep upstairs and didn't know. And I'm like, that's the worst lie I've ever heard. Like, that's like a stoned teenager lie. Like, what's this weed doing in your underwear drawer? I have never heard of marijuana. I don't know how it got there. Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm extremely incompetent, LOL. I'm the head of state. And then it's like, hey, what's this about this sex predator in your party? Is I've never heard anything about that. Here's proof of you learning about that in December. I forgot. It's like, if that isn't, like, the fact that, like, he and Trump are just, like, so awful, but, like, so incompetent in their awfulness. Like, they have so few tricks other than just blatantly lying. Just like, the I forgot has got to, you forgot. Don't you have access to nuclear weapons? And you're like, oh shit, I'm sorry, I forgot about the sex criminal. You forgot for 8 months and just never did anything? Like, you forgot immediately? How are you expected to be trusted with anything? And then just, like, quitting and then hanging around in the office anyway after everybody else has already quit? I was like, what? You can't do that at any job. And my friend was like, yeah, if I was, like, quit at my workplace and just hung around, like, they call security. Like, sir, you don't work here anymore. It's not even like, dude, people can be trusted to get your things. They're the government. Also, that man has 7 kids. I looked it up. Boris Johnson has 7 kids. Now, I don't know everything wrong that Boris Johnson did, because there was a lot. But, like, it's 6 million mistresses. Like, my man, you are wearing, like, it doesn't even, like, it looks like not even a wig. It looks like Muppet hair. Like, he looks like Ernie. And he act like, dude, wear a hat. Your hair is bad. Like, it looks like uncooked noodles. He's a famous politician. Bullying him is acceptable. Beyond acceptable, it's like kind of expected. I just love the... Can I... Nope. Crazy. I wanted to say crazy. Nope. Just the way it goes, crazy, is so good in this game. The sounds in Devil May Cry 1, 3, and 4, and 5, of course. They're all just perfect. Also, I just want to take a moment because we'll get back to mocking the latest British Prime Minister because the seat is currently empty. But in Devil May Cry 4, and in fact, I believe all Devil May Cry games, we can take a moment. And now, this is one of the reasons I hate these games being looked down on, because, or like seen as simple, because I just want everybody to take a moment to listen. Every single slash sound effect is different. All of them. Every single slash. They're all just different sound effects. Because they know they have to feel different for them to be impactful. And it, like, trust me, that's gotta be annoying. That can't be like... It's like, okay, he will have, like, every slash, not even every combo, every slash. Like, imagine every step in a run cycle sounding different. But no, the slashes have to sound different. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. Yeah, like, like, you need to feel each slash. It needs to feel like you are doing stuff. They can't just have it be ching, 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 ching. No, it's gotta be and, like, up and down with, and hold on, let's go one more time. Like, it gets a little bit higher pitch the further the combo goes. Like, granular details, just to make sure hitting a monster with a sword, something that's pretty inherently satisfying, stays like a varied experience. And then when you charge it like that, there's like a little bit more bass to it. Like, so when people just call these games, say like, oh, it's just a hack and slash, right? I'm like, I know that's what the genre is often called. But, like, I don't think that is respect, that sounds like it's just a mindless game to me. And I don't like the term, but, like, this has so much thought put into it. And this is considered like the second least finished game. And it's like got all this shit. Like, Nero has 4 different grab animations on some bosses. He has minimum 2 on each boss. And on some of them, he has 4. 4 different grab animations. so with Burial, grab them at the torso, either in normal or DT. Those each have their own, and then in midair, grab him by the face. And then with Frog, depends on whether you grab him from in front or behind, in or out of DT. And you don't have DT when you reach those bosses. So they change it so that when you reach them in the future, in either a later playthrough, like on a higher difficulty, or if you go through again, you have more stuff to discover. These games are so good, and I don't like it when people treat them as though they're dumb nonsense. It's like, yeah, they're campy and ridiculous at times, but like, that doesn't mean that no skill went into making them. It's like referring to a wheel as simply just being like some rubber. Also, like, everybody who's had a party in their house, you've woken up the next day after, like, a big party, right? It's impossible to not know something happened. Unless you, like, have, like, the best cleanup crew in the world. But most people don't do that. Or if you do have the best cleanup crew in the world, would he not notice the bill? Like, he's either gotta have, like, Mr. Bean-esque coincidences that are comical, preventing him from noticing anything. He's an idiot who's lying. Or he's just, like, claiming to be the most... like, no, you see, I'm stupid is the thing. Like, then why should we let you continue to be in office if you... Like, and trying to draw out, like, a single, like, instance of Donald Trump is so difficult because there were, like, 1 to 5 things a day. For 4 years, it felt like there were over 1,000 different things. Like, every day there was something new. He asked an Asian woman why she wasn't being why she wasn't their fucking, what do you call it, diplomat. Because she was Asian and in the same room as him while he was thinking about Asia. There was the time... Oh, no, wait. There are so many different fucking things with him. Let's see. Trying to think of a good one. Like, there was the time he told people to drink bleach. There's the time he told people to just try, like, letting sunlight into their mouths. No idea what the fuck he thought people... It was just a mess of garbage. Like, they would have... Like, it could be... You could create a YouTube series about it. And just have it by month. And the video would be, like, a month. And it would be 50 videos. Because you would need you need a before and after video as well. Hell, you'd need like 5 before and after videos for like before his presidency and after. But like, let's see. Oh, there was a time he nearly started a war with North Korea. The time he insulted, before even in office, time he insulted a Silver Star family, Gold Star family, I can't remember. But time he mocked a disabled reporter. Time he bragged about it's like, yeah, it has a slightly more difficult time spreading in the heat. That does not mean that you are immune in Mexico. And also, yeah, you have to go on a plane, even if it's fine. Let's say that's fine in Mexico because of the heat. You'll be on a plane twice in closed quarters for like what, 3 hours each time, breathing recycled air. Like, good luck. Hold on, let's see if I can get the camera close enough. The little vines on the gun and thorns that run out from the rose. I can't believe that it, like, the dude was like, oh man, I love sexually harassing women. And people were like, that's just something he said. I'm like, yeah, I thought we were supposed to pay attention to things people said because it told you about their character. And he said, I love sexually harassing women. It's awesome. It's my favorite. And then people like, guys just say that. And I'm like, what guys are you talking to? And I'm like, what are you? And then, like, oh, I remember, like, oh yeah, like he lied about his own inauguration. Like, he lies about publicly documented things. I use that in the present tense because I have no doubt he stopped lying. Or, sorry, I doubt that he would ever stop lying. Damn it, I was thinking I could dodge it in time. There we go. This is one of the sickest starter bosses in video games.
Drives me crazy, though.
You are just like he was.
And he would be?
He must restore my power.
Like, I don't know how most people talk in other parts of the world, but honestly, the way we talk about girls in my area is usually not very much at all because it's seen as impolite to talk about them behind in their back, or it's just like, oh, I like her, or like if it's just a friend, you just talk about them like you would anybody else, or you might tease them if it's like someone's partner, because guess what? Everybody teases their friends' partners. Yes. I got it. I got it. Yeah. And like, honestly, I've seen people talk more respectfully of fictional characters that exist in pornography. Entirely. Like on sites like that. And I'm like, man, it's like, oh, locker room talk. Like, on the internet, I see people with more manners. Also, I've been in changing rooms before. People like in school, they usually either talked about school or just their life, or they wouldn't talk at all because they were taking their clothes off and they didn't want to talk to people. It was me. That was me. Or they'd be like, I have no idea what I'm going to do for that assignment, or I hate PowerPoint so much and I want to never do PowerPoint again in my life. PowerPoint sucks. PowerPoint is bad. And like, or like, I have no idea, or just saying shit like, I have no idea how I'm gonna fill that much time in a presentation. Why do we have to fill time? What, like, having timed presentations, it's like, oh yeah, I have to speak for this amount of time, and you're like, as soon as, like, we got to the point in school where it's like, yeah, this presentation is timed, I'm like, nope. This is dumb and bad, and I don't like it. Also, okay, so, let's go to Canadian politics for a second. There was, we had to do this thing called Historica. Which is just history, but with a CA at the end, like Historica, historic, but with an A at the end, because Canada, historic Canada, I think, is the intended vibe, the intended impression. We had no idea who to do for ours, because we did them in pairs. So we ended up doing our presentation. You have to do a presentation with like Bristol board and shit, like the 3-sided board, you know, and you could do a PowerPoint or whatever as well. We did ours on Sir John A. Macdonald. It had to be on some sort of significant Canadian. Like, it had to be someone that someone in the public would know, who had an impact on history. So we did the first Prime Minister of Canada, because we had no idea who to do, and he was one of the only people who wasn't taken, because nobody cares. So here's the thing, like, lots of people get very up in arms about, like, so Sir John A. Macdonald is one of those past historical figures you may have read about on the internet that people say was not good because of his actions towards Aboriginals for the most part. So, like, people, like, you might assume it might be about slave ownership, but by the time Canada was, like, became considered a nation, it was, and not just a colony, slavery was already illegal. So, like, that wasn't an issue for any Canadian prime ministers. There have been none who own slaves. It's not like it was not an issue. But guess what? He did not do very many nice things. I don't even remember because like most sites didn't talk about it. But yeah, I'm sure he didn't do very much that was and I was a kid, so I didn't really understand that much. But one thing that was quite clear was that he was just like a massive alcoholic. And he was mostly re-elected when he was, just because people were already used to him. Like, when I say massive alcoholic, he threw up in Parliament. He was hungover and vomited in Parliament. Like, he was just blasted and puked. And it's like, people are like, dude, come on. And he's like, sorry. It's just, I heard what you were saying and I couldn't stomach it. And then, like, he got elected, like, a third time, because there are no term limitations in Canada. But when he was re-elected for his third term, he was, like, on horseback, and he had, like, a heart attack in the desert, or out in the plains or whatever, on horseback. So he just, like, slumped over and died, like, because his body was shit. Like, what, the stories of Sir John A. Macdonald or Devil May Cry 4? Either way, I agree. But, like, he was, like, a huge embarrassment. And it's just that, like, honestly, I don't know why he was elected. And people are like, how could you want to tear statues of him down? I'm like, well, A, he was a horrible racist. B, he wasn't, like, good. He was a massive drunk. Everybody knew he was a drunk then and now. Like, even if you, for some reason, don't consider the bigotry to be an issue, like, he was largely an like, he threw up in Parliament. He was like 50 or 60. He should have been, like, I don't eat, like, I know that George Washington was a general and was considered a noble man amongst the slave-owning populace. And that's why he was chosen. And, like, I don't know what Sir John A. Macdonald did other than I think he was considered to be relatively charismatic and quick-witted, but, like, he was also just a drunk. Like, most stuff talking about him was like, oh yeah, he was super drunk most of the time. And, like, let's see, one of the people in his party was one of the first, was one of the first and few Canadian politicians to be assassinated in office. And, like, he said, gave, like, some kind of speech on it in the street or something that was, like, written down or whatever. Like, his words were written down. And, yeah, I don't really know what it was. Like, nothing that he said, it's like, he did some stuff that most leaders at the start of their nations would do. Like, the only thing that I remember about him is, like, yeah, I think he approved residential schools or something. And was drunk a lot. Like, that's what I know. Those are both really embarrassing things to be known for. Honestly, I remember more about residential schools than I do about Sir John A. Macdonald. A, it was more recent, and B, it was more meaningful. He didn't do anything other than races and drinking. Like, he may as well have been like a stereotypical neglectful dad from a drama. Like, I know everybody wants to have like a moment of chest beating patriotism for whatever reason, and I'm like, man, he's not even cool. Like, he was famously a loser. Like, it's like, oh, he signed a thing, this accord or whatever. It's like, yeah, because he was the guy in charge. It's like, oh, what did this guy do? It's like, well, he helped significantly make us more independent. Oh, okay. It's like, oh, it's like, oh, what did this guy do? Oh, he led us through World War I. Okay. What did this guy do? He significantly made the common people more like well off and secured a lot of rights. Okay. What did he do? He was drunk a lot and racist. Oh, damn. I guess I could. It's like, is there anything else notable about him? Well, he was first. Alright. I mean, I remember that one of his children was disabled. That's just like a part of his life. It's not like a point in his favor. It's not like he was like he became prime minister because he advocated for the rights of disabled people. Really bothers me when people, like, I know it's largely not the same people because different countries, but like, people will get on AOC's shit for like having a job. It's like, looks like you waited tables and washed dishes. Yeah? We hate her for it, do we? Like, you can't like glorify small businesses and like the working man or whatever and then be like, look at this simpleton, like working a job and rising up for a cause. It's like, the things that we're supposed to really value and respect, it's like, yeah, she was born a poor. It's like, I thought that was the whole point of the United States. Or at least what they claim it is, was that all are equal. All are born equal and of equal value, and anyone can one day become president or wealthy or whatever. Anyone can succeed, and it's like, yeah, but she was poor.
What took you so long?
God, I love him.
You. What are you doing here? get it.
Yeah.
Time for this.
And neither do I. So I'll cut to the chase.
God, I love this game.
I'm here for the sword.
Your point being?
Dante spends a lot of time asking relatives for swords.
It was originally my brother's. Return it to me, and I'll let you go, kid.
That's it. See, you think you're blushing pretty pink when I kick your ass.
Helpful hint. Take a tip from the elders.
Oh, you can't jump out of that. That's bullshit. There we go. Oh, hi, Molo. We're complaining about politics. We were trying to list all the I was trying to think of all the stupid shit that Donald Trump has done, which has gotta be an entire series of novels worth. Didn't he once think that, like, New Mexico was part of Mexico? Oh, dear. That's not good. Oh man, like, makes me think of that series of clips where they showed just people saying that people were immigrants from Puerto Rico, and I'm like, and I'm not from the United States, and then they're like, Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States. They're not. It's not immigration. It's like if you go from New York, live in New York, and you move to New Jersey, that's not really immigrating. That's just moving.
I can't have something of that kind of power floating around now, can I?
Yeah, District of Columbia, and what is it? The American Samoa and.
And keep it.
I think there are others. I don't know them all.
Now that you're calm and cool, get going. Hey! What's your name?
Nero. You're Dante, right? Not a bad name.
Neither is yours.
I love anime. In red, yes.
regal look suits you.
I dress to impress.
Okay, look at this shit.
Are you sure you want to let him?
You didn't have, like, she reaches to, like, her waist.
Yeah, I
She
figure
had
he can bear the burden.
barely any
I know
clothes
it's not
on her
my
waist.
business, but this could get ugly.
Well, if the kid screws up, then I'll just have to kick his ass.
A little, yeah. But I got sass. She was in brown face a little, yeah. I'm just going and doing missions I like. That's all I'm doing.
Do what you gotta do, kid, because I'm about to send this guy on a one-way trip to hell. Don't worry.
Still got, like, no idea how the hell the people were like, yeah, he's gonna fix the economy. And I'm like,
I'm gonna get this done.
why do you think he is good with money? It's like he wrote a book about how he makes money. Anybody can write books. He inherited money. And it might have been backed by some criminals. Eyes on the inside. Oh my god. This is my favorite Bloodborne mission. Also, the Red Queen is a trick weapon. And you use it with a gun. Also, I've said this many times, but like, people are like, he's a good businessman. And I'm like, you'd think he would be a good if he were a good businessman, he'd have good PR. Like, people would like him. That's part of business. He had a terrible image. He was viewed as a sleazebag before he was in office. He bankrupted a casino. He went bankrupt more than twice, I'm pretty sure. Here's the dice mini game. So, I can't wait. So here's the thing: as soon as the hand gets to this dice mini game, depending on who's playing it, I'm gonna assume that if it's Graham, he's going to refuse advice for a little bit, and if it's Frisk, they're going to like be confused and try to figure it out on their own, and then relent and be like, "Okay, what the fuck do I do?" Okay, so hold on. 1 4 2 6 3 5. 1 4 2 6 3 5. Okay, so I need to move 2 spaces forward. 1 4. Okay, so wait for the 4. I missed it. I missed it. Hell yeah. I'm surprised you haven't, like, called them every day and been like, bring me to your house, bring me to your house, bring me to your house. Ow. I'm so glad they brought Frost back in this game. Okay. Okay. 3, 5, 1. Three, 5, 1, 4, 2, 6. So going for 2 this time. So here's the thing: you have to hit it on while it's on the thing, and you have to get used to the timing of it rolling. 1, 4, 2, 6. I hit it on the 4. Oh no. Okay, well, here we go. How long have they been playing Yakuza 0 for? Boom. That's why I love video games.
What'd you say?
I think that counts as acknowledgement, or like at least borders on it. I can't see the whole message because because of text limitations. I'm sorry, but streaming from a different room because it's hot in the other room. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. He just speaks in a weird way. I have seen so many, I've seen several things where it's like a pure woke moralist. We'll see who cancels who. It's so funny. It like I kind of want to see that like laid over the I'm going to the one place that that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Spice. But like I don't want to corrupt fucking Tim Curry like that. But like he doesn't go on for nearly that long, but it has that sort of vibe to it where he's like trying to do like a super villain like I think I'm not sure, does he think he's like being some kind of brave rebel? I think that's what he thinks he's doing. I'm a real rebel. I will misgender this person until he like I don't know what your end goal is. I'll just keep being blatantly disrespectful because of my principles of being a piece of shit. I don't know. You know, he did that like, I don't know, 10 days after I left my dad's, and I'm like, man, that was close. I'm like, man, I can't believe they violated his constitutional rights to be on Twitter. Yeah. It's like, I would rather die than be nice to him, I guess. I don't know. Like, you think that's noble? I don't think he knows you exist, or if he does, I don't think he gives a shit about you. Like, he's a real celebrity. He was in Juno and X-Men. I think he knows Gerard Way. Wait, do they actually know each other? I know he's in Umbrella Academy and all. That was just the joke I was making. I didn't know who Gerard Way was until like a few months ago because of you, Ace, but I knew who My Chemical Romance was. Oh, okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Damn. Oh god. Thank you. I sneezed like on my arm. It was gross. Hold on. Real quick. Take it off. Yeah? I'm sorry, I probably couldn't have said that. Sometimes you have sneezes that are like empty, you know? And those I don't mind very much. Then sometimes you have a loaded sneeze. Like you sneeze blanks, and sometimes when you sneeze like one that's loaded, it's disgusting. And you want to die. You don't want your body to have, like, rights anymore. Also, it's very funny that Justice Kavanaugh is like, you're not allowed to bother me. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Didn't realize I was inconveniencing you. What if someone were to say, force you through something, a horrible circumstance that you would normally be able to just, you know, avoid, but they made it so that you couldn't avoid it. I'm wording it really poorly. Anyway, my point being that fuck you. Like, you don't get to have a position of power without having to deal with the people you are supposed to have power over. Like, then it's just a dictatorship. You have to answer to the people in order for it to be just and fair. Yeah. But that's the thing, though, is the cops are... you gotta get really nice white... You gotta get a clan of himbos. I shouldn't have said clan. But you gotta get a group of himbos to do it. You need a celebrity. Celebrity. So I'm speaking weirdly today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This... Oh. Also, my friend sent me an image of the top department store that he works at, and he had to put a sticker onto a thing at work that said, "We have reduced the price of this item from $200," and it says to $250. And I'm like, bro, that's actually just like straight up lying. Like, it's not even like a mistake. It's like not even just disgusting. It's like, what are they? It's like, oh, where did this come from? Oh, Russia. It's like, so they're profiteering off of a genocidal imperialist war. They're just taking advantage of global tragedy to make a few extra dollars. Good to know. I was like, wait, was that picture at your store? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, isn't that like illegal? That doesn't feel very legal to me. To be able to just say, we're reducing the price, negative $50. I'm reducing the price negatively. Cool discount. With this coupon, you can work for us without getting paid for a week.
Things up in here. Hey, kid! You should see what I'm going through.
Guess we're in the same boat then.
I keep thinking that Kratos is in that mission. He's not. We need to go fight Kratos. The best boss in the game. The best boss. Like, the way that Brett Kavanaugh reacts to this makes me think that, like, his Supreme Court hearing, like, was the biggest inconvenience he's ever faced in his life. Like, having to be accused of a horrible crime that seems to have quite a bit of grounds and evidence. Like, dude, you're not, like, fucking working at, like, a sunglass hut, man. Your work has real consequences to real human lives. They're going to react to whatever you do. And it's like, wow, people are really angry about this. It's like, well, yeah, it affected them. Lots of people seem to just like power and prestige and then just not even understand what they're doing. It's like, oh wow, people got really upset that I declared war, but I thought war was super cool. Why are people mad? It's like, because you are killing people, my dude. That thing you just did, people will die because of it. They're very upset. They don't want people to die. It's like, well, I don't have to. What do you mean? It's like, what? Do you think it was gonna have no consequence? Then why did you do something with no consequence? Well, I didn't think the consequences would happen to me. It's like, well, that's the thing. They're gonna. They are going to. Really did feel extremely uncomfortable with putting them in hijabs, though. Or putting putting them in. Yeah, with no consequences. But then they can also turn around and undo it. I don't know how the hell the Supreme Court works. Also, they're not elected, and they can just, you know, be in power for 30 years if they live that long. Amy Tony Barrett, is that her name? They put her in a hijab. Like, they just made them look like yeah. They made there was that one tweet that made them look like Muslims, and someone was like, this seems pretty racist. Someone's like, what's racist about it? And I'm like, are you looking at the image I'm looking at? It's just saying Muslims are bad. Like, do you think that's a not racist thing to say? Can't believe that communism would do this. Like, the unflinching ability to attribute any negative trait that they witness immediately to somebody else. Yeah. You ever think about how, like, the United States has been attacked in the last century, like, twice, and they hold on to those like they are the worst things to ever happen, and they're like, the only response is to wage the most brutal warfare ever, no matter what it costs us or them. Not once. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure it'd be fucked up if someone came onto your land and killed you or attacked you or whatever. That'd be bad. Anyway, Native Americans, how are you guys doing?
Shall we dance? What'd you say? What'd you say?
Just such a punk. I love long narrow bridges towards a boss. Especially if they have stairs at the end. Like this, the big Bloodborne bridge before the cleric beast. Very good. You know what? I'm gonna skip this. I'm gonna save it for Graham and company. I did not dodge in time. That's some of the coolest shit in video games. Alright, I won't underestimate you. Okay. Damn it, I think I was close for the timing. Nope. Off. The really difficult part with timing that attack is that you need to either move to a range that you know, or you have to guess the time, or figure out calculate the timing perfectly, or get lucky with your guess. I want him to get that move, the leap, Nero to get that move, to leap back and do a slash wave. Trying to be slick with the dodges. But the camera's not working with me right now. Shattered. Okay, here we go. Crash! Blast! Dog! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. South. I love video games. I'm not gonna do this whole mission. I just want to fight the enemy at the beginning. Wait, what time is it? 12:30 a.m. Okay. When I saw that video of like the beagle licking or something, I was like, I wonder if that's a beagle thing or is that's just a dog thing. I think it might just be a dog thing. Because Chloe does that. Chloe's part beagle, but like, I don't know if that's necessarily something to be attributed to beagles. Dogs just kind of lick. Yeah, she's puppy. I love this enemy. I know I did this like the last time I streamed Devil May Cry 4. I'm gonna keep doing this. That Here we go. Now, I wasn't planning to do that, but I'll take it. Alright, you know what it's time for? It's time for a little bit of the bastard. I don't know what mission to play. I did not see that. I saw that, like, I heard that the finance minister of Argentina quit over Twitter and destabilized their currency, which is, I guess, a thing he can do. Yeah, not a great week to be a prime minister. And now people are tweeting Trudeau must resign. Here's the thing, though, is that people tweet that like every week, and it's not even like he's done something especially bad. I don't think he's done anything. It's just like conservatives get really upset. Oh, okay. Damn, what is it with this week? This week has been wild. Look, it's Dante. Did he do something? I think it'd be funnier if he announced he was pregnant, but... with, like, DNA evidence, and people were just, like, didn't know what to say. Let me guess. He either murdered a bunch of innocents or a bunch of minorities. Is that it? Like through an order, government hit orders, or like a SWAT team thing, or like they were protesting or something like that. I am so out of the flow of 4. Especially with Virgil. Oh, cool. So, like, what? people who, at the age of 19 to like 24. Hero, what a great leader. I keep trying to do Virgil's drop attack, but he doesn't have that until 5. He doesn't have that with Yamato yet. Get out of there. Okay. Shoot him in the face. I do too. It's just that this is one of the more annoying ones. Mostly because of all the platforms and stuff. Oh, he's gonna shoot a big beam. Lots of people compared Bayonetta's boss fights to this, and I'm like, did you play Devil May Cry 1? They're both referring to Devil May Cry 1. The thing they're both following up. It's the first one. It's the play Devil May Cry 1, god damn it. Stop skipping Devil May Cry 1. It's not just like formative for a genre, it's good. Voice acting's bad. Oh man, 20 minutes of bad voice acting. I hope you'll survive. How am I for items? Not good. I have 27 holy waters. Why do I have 27 holy waters? Yeah. And trust me, there has been a lot worse. I haven't even shown them Mega Man 8. Go play Mega Man 8. That game only has like 5 minutes of cutscenes, and it's painful. It's absolutely, like, excruciating hearing that shit. Like, you need to hear some 90s dubs. You're spoiled with your early 2000s dubs. It shit used to hurt. What? And like, the game is subtitled now. You couldn't even hear what they were saying before. Come on. The camera's bad. Oh no. The game is 5 hours long. It's not like you have to... I'm asking you to play a 90-hour game. It's like, you're gatekeeping. I'm not. I can't prevent you from, like, playing the other games. But if you want to, like, play the games and get the experience, playing the games is part of it. You can play it on easy mode if you want. Like, it'll probably be less fun though. Also, I like that everybody's health bars in this game are different. Like Virgil's are a sword. Oh boy. Not asking you to play Devil May Cry 2. In fact, I'd ask you not to because it's a bad game. Don't play Devil May Cry 2 if you can avoid it. Honestly, even if it's hard to avoid, you should try harder. Sure. Oh man, he has to come back as Vash. It was like his most famous role he has played so many iconic anime characters. He is Vash. He's Vash. He's Tetsuo. Sorry, not Tetsuo. He's Kaneda. I mean, you can do that if you want, Malo. You'll have a bad experience. Oh, wow, okay. Damn, his so he's I was gonna say, oh, he's Ichigo, he's Lelouch. But damn, imagine your first role just hero. I know that he was acting in live action before that. Worst things to be typecast as, honestly. Yeah, he was in Power Rangers. Nope, not sticking around for that. Animate that man to death. How am I supposed to be stylish in that mission? I mean, I've never really watched Power Rangers, but like, so I couldn't tell you anything like if it's gonna be a good experience or not. But like, if you're feeling it, I don't see why not. Wait, hold on. Perfect. So I want to play as Dante a little bit. Here's the problem. All of Dante's missions suck. I kind of want to watch, what do you call it, the Fox Spider-Man cartoons. Because I was a kid and didn't understand how stories were supposed to be paced. And apparently that show had like the weirdest pacing of any kid's show. Where it was like super fast and sudden. Like constant tonal whiplash. But also, I love the theme song of it. The radioactive spider blood theme song, iconic. I go back and listen to it. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna try to zoom in. So sometimes people take pictures of Dante with this mask and be like, Dante predicted COVID, and I'm like, I can't believe face masks were invented for the pandemic. I know, it's just... Yeah. Like SARS, which was a form of COVID. It's a form of the coronavirus. That happened in like 2002. Yeah. Like, it's also something that medical personnel do. It's something that, like, people in, like, waste disposal do. Like, it happened. I'm really a big fan of the sword burning with energy and then the shake it off thing. It's so cool. Also, even if you just want to go for Capcom games, Mega Man.exe wore a face mask. Also, like, a lot of face masks are just worn by characters to make them look like ninjas. Like medical ones. Masks are just cool. Also, like, you go for the Devil May Cry thing when there's Bloodborne. It's right there. There we go. That was terrible. I think I'm gonna die here. Yep. I wasted a lot of time.
So just how much do you know about Sparta? The story goes that Sparta served as the feudal lord of the city long ago. The people who live there today take these legends as truth and worship them, just like a god.
They worship a demon as a god?
Peaceful worship can't be condemned. But the real problem is the Order. Lately they've been running amok, catching demons, and have even butted in on some of my jobs.
Maybe they're starting a zoo.
Not just demons. They've also been targeting devil arms, like the ones you have.
Okay, then, a museum. So what?
Well, what if their intentions are foul, and there's a diabolical plan behind these apparently random acts?
Well then, I'd have something to keep me occupied, and... Trish!
It's so sad that bras don't exist.
Try not to keep us waiting, Dante.
Don't be late for the party.
It's fucked up that they didn't get a DLC in
Yep. This is gonna get ugly. Huh? Shit.
I was gonna say, like, something about what if Kiryu and Dante met in, like, X situation, but then I remembered Kiryu doesn't speak English, like, at all. Well, he speaks a very small amount of English. And I don't think Dante knows any Japanese. Yoroshiku Onegashimasu Kairyu-san, he says. Virgil is disgusted, and then proceeds to speak fluent but fairly weebish Japanese. Hold on a second, I'm looking. Yamato. Ruben Langdon lives in Asia. I'm just gonna look through games I could stream because I don't want to be done yet. Sorry, I can't see chat at the moment because of the way this works. I'm sorry. Oh god, I don't want to yawn like that. I want my body to do what I want and nothing else ever. But it's fucked up how much stuff Disney just owns. You know what? It's... Okay, hold on. Alright, I'll put it... hold on, as soon as I get back. Yeah. I was gonna... I asked the chat. I have 3 things I'm thinking I could do. The Devil May Cry HD collection. Ape Escape 2. Or Disco Elysium. So we can be an addict, continue the Devil May Cry story, or run and jump after monkeys. What video games are all about. God, video game, like... Okay. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Man, before I go though, Ape Escape is such a pure video game concept. Run after monkeys. Catch the monkeys. Use funny gadgets to catch the monkeys. That's it. And I'm like, why aren't you making more of these? They're timeless. You just chase cute little monkeys. Anyway, I'll be back in a sec.